Hi, it's Sunday 6th of December 2020 and we're outside Mildenhall Lodge care home, which is part of the Care UK Practice Plus group, and we're here to highlight the barbaric way that friends and relatives are being treated in banning them from visiting their loved ones during this COVID-19 epidemic. Let me introduce my husband Nick, whose dear 89-year-old mum Pat is a resident here. Nick, tell us, when was the last time you saw your mum or held her hand?
The last time I saw my mum and held her and hugged her goodbye was in March 2020 before lockdown, and I saw 2 socially distanced visits in June prior to the second lockdown.
The advice on gov.co.uk is that, and I quote, "Visiting is a central part of care home life and it is crucially important for maintaining health and well-being and the quality of life for residents. Care homes should find the right balance between these benefits versus the risk of transmission of COVID-19, unquote. Matt Hancock, the Secretary of State for Health, ironically your mum's MP, has been very vocal about care homes opening their doors. It seems this isn't happening. So Nick, why the management of Mildenhall Lodge refusing you the right to visit your mum?
I don't know.
How many residents in Mildenhall Lodge have tested positive for COVID-19?
As far as I know, my mother is the only one who has contracted COVID whilst under lockdown.
And what does her latest test show?
She has come back from hospital negative.
Tell us the recent events that have led to your mum now receiving end-of-life care.
4.5 weeks ago, mum was assaulted by a fellow resident in the home. 4 weeks ago, she was admitted to West Suffolk Hospital with COVID, a chest infection, severe dehydration and oral thrush. Last week, she was released from the hospital back to the care home with end-of-life care. Basically, her dementia the brain has told her body not to accept fluids and foods, and the consultant has told us that there is nothing clinical they can do now to help her. She's been released back to the home with end-of-life care, and all medicines have been withdrawn. She is refusing to take fluids and food, and have been told that she is going to suffer from renal failure, lapse into a coma, and eventually die. The consultants all said this could take place within days or weeks.
We've heard from friends who live locally that they are allowed regular visits to care homes. How does this make you feel? And what would you say to the management of Mildenhall Lodge?
Mildenhall Lodge, let me see my mother. She's gradually losing consciousness. She knows me, she recognises me, she recognises my voice. You've told me that you will let me see her within 48 hours of her death. She would have been in a coma long before then. Just please, let me see her. Let me have one final conversation why she can still see me and recognise me. It's humane, it's inhumane. Yeah, there are hundreds and other people in other care homes who are in the same position as me. Just show some compassion, some humility, and let us have something that we want for our loved ones.
Whoever sees this video, please try and make change happen. We may be too late for Nick's mum, but others are going through this too.
Thank you.
No, it's okay, thank you. We're finished.